Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Week Deep Dive. Our program today covers indexes, sectors, stocks, and global markets. The week ending Friday, July 24th, 2026, featured significant movements across various markets. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. The U.S. stock market saw some downward trends this week. The S&P 500 index ended at 7,411.98, down by nearly 46 points, marking its second consecutive week of declines. Similarly, the Dow 30 index closed at 51,947.25, down by 199 points. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq Composite index fell considerably by over 544 points, closing at 24,975.82 with noticeable volatility. Examining market breadth, advances in the S&P 500 outweighed declines with 309 advances this week. However, for the Nasdaq Composite, declines overtook advances, showing mixed trends. The S&P 400 Mid-Cap Index, on the other hand, demonstrated strength with 233 advances. Reviewing total and daily returns, the Nasdaq Composite Index demonstrated a notable drop with a weekly return of minus 2.13%. In contrast, the S&P 400 Mid-Cap Index showed resilience, ending the week with slight gains. The indices displayed variability in both positive and negative directions. Over longer time frames, the Russell 2000 index stood out with a 30% annual return for the last year, indicating robust growth. The Nasdaq Composite Index also achieved high annual returns, driven by strong gains and evolving trends across the last decade.
Checking out best and worst performing equities, I'm Penny Stock. Leading the charge, advanced Biomed climbed to a closing price of $18.98, notching a remarkable 277.3% increase. Its new one-year high close indicates a very strong positive trend. However, NIPG showed a mixed negative trend despite closing up at 15.50, marking a 224.2% gain. Turning to total and daily returns, advanced Biomed posted a one-week average daily return of 35.9%, showcasing a significant uptrend. On the other hand, NIPG's mixed negative trend couldn't stop it from achieving a one-week total return of 224.3%, driven by some upward volatility. In terms of annual returns, advanced Biomed recorded a strong one-year total return of 75.74%, reflecting continued positive momentum. Meanwhile, NIPG has a negative annual rate of return of minus 76.19%, emphasizing the mixed negative trend amid ongoing volatility. In big-cap stocks, Westinghouse Air Brake Technologies rose with a very strong positive trend, closing at 302.50 while posting gains of 15.4%. Its two-week streak of closing highs places Westinghouse in a robust market position. Considering daily returns, Westinghouse maintains a compelling one-week average daily return of 2.98%. Furthermore, Digital Realty Trust demonstrated strong upward volatility, achieving a one-week total return of 14.5%, cementing its positive trend. Reviewing annual returns, Westinghouse scored a striking 50.72% one-year total return, benefiting from a strong positive trend. Additionally, Lockheed Martin achieved a one-year total return of 38.53%, underlining its solid performance this year. On the flip side, ScanTech AI Systems hit rock bottom, closing at zero following an extensive 99.2% drop, continuing its three-week consecutive decline, marked by very strong downward volatility. Likewise, MSP recovery mirrored this trajectory with similar figures. In terms of returns, Bang International exhibited a startling one-week total return decrease at nearly 98.72%, a reflection of very strong negative trends. Similarly, China SXT Pharmaceuticals portrayed this bearish pattern with its continual decline. This week's worst performers include ScanTech AI Systems and MSP Recovery, both marking a drastic fall, with new all-time lows. Bang International, China SXT Pharmaceuticals, and Webus International also hit record low closes. While lows persisted, all stocks exhibited substantial downward volatility. Amongst big caps, Tesla dropped by 17.8%, marking 2 weeks of decline in a very strong negative trend. Rollins fell to a new one-year low at 38.56, reflecting strong downward volatility and a very strong negative trend. Other big caps like Moderna, MSCI, and Molina Healthcare also recorded notable declines. Reviewing recent total returns, Tesla reported a week-long loss totaling roughly 17.8%, with a month-to-date fall of 25.5%. For Rollins, the weekly return dropped by 14.5%. The year-to-date performance for Moderna remains positive at 83.35%, despite recent setbacks. Over extended durations, Tesla shows a 10-year annual return of 35.64%, contrasting its short-term downturns. Rollins and MSCI maintain lesser long-term annual returns, yet also exhibit recent negative trends. However, the 10-year outlook for Molina Healthcare remains poised with a favorable 14.04% ARR.
And now on to U.S. sector performance. The energy sector surged with a close at 914.32, gaining 33.5 points and showing a strong upward trend. Meanwhile, the utilities sector followed suit with a close up by 11.37 points to 470.8, signaling a very strong positive trend with upward volatility. In market breadth, the energy sector led advances with 112 one-day advances compared to 32 declines. The utilities sector saw 52 advances and 32 declines, indicating strong positive momentum. Across the board, each sector is showing positive advancement, with the energy sector prominently leading the pack. In terms of weekly performance, the energy sector recorded a one-week total return of 3.75%, leading gains for the period. Notably, the real estate sector closed with a new one-year high. Meanwhile, the basic materials sector, despite mixed trending, showed an upward breakout after being flat. For long-term performance, the industrial sector stood out with a 10-year ANIRR of 11.79%, reflecting strong ongoing growth. The basic materials sector also impressed with substantial returns over a decade. Clearly, sectors are showing varied but overall positive growth patterns in the long haul.
In the U.S. energy sector, some key stocks exhibited strong upward momentum. Schlumberger ended the week at 52.42, up 5.43, reflecting an 11.5% increase and demonstrating a strong positive trend. ExxonMobil closed at 156.94, marking a significant rise of 9.58, up 6.5%, with a very strong positive trend and noted upward volatility. Over the short term, Schlumberger experienced an impressive 11.56% total return for the week. EQT has seen a 7% uplift this week, adding to its 2 consecutive weeks of gains despite a mixed negative trend overall. Diamondback Energy, with its 4.6% increase, continues exhibiting a very strong positive trend. Looking at longer-term performance, ExxonMobil has maintained strength with a 10-year annual return of 5.26% and a total return of 66.94%. ConocoPhillips has shown remarkable growth over the same period, boasting nearly 195% in total return, with an annual rate of 11.42%.
The communications services sector recorded a close of 433.35, down by 28.38, marking a 6.1% decrease. This confirms a strong negative trend with downward volatility, having closed down for 2 consecutive weeks. The consumer cyclical sector also declined significantly by 115.30 to close at 1,774.97, exhibiting a very strong negative trend with pronounced volatility, with consecutive downward closes for 2 weeks. In terms of market breadth, the communication services sector experienced more declines, with 109 stocks declining over the day compared to 87 advancing. Notably, 144 stocks declined weekly against 50 advances. Similarly, the consumer cyclical sector shows a 1-week advance of 143, but a decline of 291 stocks, marking substantial weekly falls. In weekly returns, the communication services sector experienced a negative total return of 6.15%, while the consumer cyclical sector similarly dropped by 6.1%. The financial services sector bucked this trend, showing a small positive weekly return of 0.13%, reinforcing its very strong positive trend. Over the long term, the consumer cyclical sector's 10-year annual rate of return is 10.59%, indicating decent growth despite recent declines. The technology sector's remarkable performance, with a 10-year annual return of 24.09%, continues to underscore its sustained strength, unlike other sectors that faced recent downturns.
For U.S. communication services, stocks are showing negative performance. Meta Platforms declined with a close of 595.19, down 50.82. Alphabet fell to 319.74, losing 27.3, experiencing strong downward volatility. Comcast and Paramount Skydance each recorded new all-time lows at 22.30 and 8.21, respectively. Examining returns, Alphabet struggles with over a 10% month-to-date decline, yet holds a positive year-to-date return. Comcast reached a new all-time low with a year-to-date dip of over 20%. However, Meta Platforms achieved minor gains month-to-date. Reviewing longer-term performances, Alphabet shines with over 380% 10-year ARR, despite recent declines, while Meta Platforms holds a strong 172.6% ARR in the same period. Comcast and Paramount Skydance remain in negative territory with 10-year losses.
Thanks for watching. I'm Max Profit, along with my AI co-host Penny Stock. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.